Good morning, everyone. I'm up pretty early for me anyway. Been up for a while. Just wanted to get up early and start drawing and make as much time out of the day as possible. So that's what I'm doing. Figured I'd do it live for a while. You can tune in. I'm working on Red Rooster as much as I can, as hard as I can, given the time available that I have to draw amongst all the other duties required to run this kind of large-ish publishing company with a very, very small crew. So it's just mainly myself, Elizabeth, and Trick doing a whole bunch of work. And I mean a whole bunch. If you've seen our displays rolling on the presses or in the warehouse floor. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. There's pictures on Facebook. And I'll post them up to YouTube. I guess I could show them here. Anyway, it's very small number of us, only 3 of us now pretty much, and we're doing a lot of work, and I'm just squeezing as many hours into my day as possible to draw. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to hang out and play some of this supposedly copyright-free music so you guys have something to listen to. All right, here we go. Okay, well, I guess I should address one comment. Again, a couple of questions about Red Rooster in regards to the Walmart release. So these are two very different things. So Red Rooster Go-Go Special is 68 pages. At the beginning it was 60. So Red Rooster Golden Age is a 68-page square bound or perfect bound graphic novel project with gold foil on the cover, and every one of them is signed. The editions that are being released in Walmart are 24 pages, the same thing that's in your backer preview digital download. So I'm on track to finish in the month of May and we're already ordering some fulfillment items for the campaign, but fulfillment doesn't happen on one single day. So it takes some time. Some of these books have to be printed and signed. Many of them have head sketches that go in the books. So I'm going to get some crossed wires, and I realize that some people might not be real thrilled about that. But it is going to take some time for fulfillment to work itself through the system. We were just 3 people. We'll obviously hire some help to get that accomplished, but we're doing a lot for 3 individuals here. Again, there are 2 separate things, and they're very, very different in terms of size and scope. And the first issue has been done for quite a long time and in the can. And that was what was in your backer preview. I'm now working on the other aspects of the book now. So just bear with us, be patient with us. Your 68-page graphic novel is coming, and I'm up at 6:30 this morning trying to get it done, and working on it as hard as I can. So yeah, that's that. I've had a few questions about that. So yeah, some people are saying they love it so far, and that's why we released the backer preview, because we're incredibly proud of the book, and we're doing it right. We're not rushing it through. I'm not skimping on this project. I am delivering. This is a very important project for all of us. So we are putting the time and effort into crafting it correctly, and that means not rushing through just to get it done quickly. That means getting it done right for both the backers and for our future Walmart customers, and for the sake of all the other creators who are involved with Allegiance Arts, who are also delivering their best work on their respective projects. So this is a top quality publishing company, and that goes for me too, and Elizabeth and everybody else, and Patrick, who's also writing books. So not only people running a publishing company, but we're also creating. Elizabeth and I are coloring Futurist together. She's coloring Red Rooster. Patrick is writing The Futurist. He's editing the 3 other books, so he's responsible for the editing of 3 other books. I'm also co-editing in many respects because there's no other editor on board right now. Like I said, also, we haven't been paid. So if those of you who are curious, I had someone accuse us of being greedy, which is hilarious. If by you mean not paying ourselves so that our creators can get paid, and so that we can have the best of the best creators and treat them right, then I guess I stand guilty as accused for this incredible opportunity we're offering to these creators and making sure that they have the runway they need to accomplish their projects. We are working for free. I mean, on the flip side of that, we do get to own a company, but we are assuming all of the risk. So I guess I guess that comment just riled me a little bit, or tickled me a little bit. That's that. That's update. Fulfillment doesn't happen in one day. It will be a rollout. Your book will be, again, 68 pages. So that's 8 pages more than we promised. 8 pages more than we promised when you backed the book. That's 8 more. We added 8 more just to make it right, because the story was not, it didn't fit in the container that it was, it didn't fit in that 60-page container. So we added 8 pages to the story. We added 2 pages or 4 pages to the first issue, just to make it right and make it good and make it what it needed to be. And you obviously saw that in the backer preview. Again, it's going to be square bound, which is something that a lot of campaigns aren't offering, but we are, and we're adding some gold foil to the cover to make it special. And every book will be signed, and many of them, if they were ordered with head sketches, you'll receive a head sketch. Every book receives a trading card, which was a stretch goal that we had. You'll get a free Red Rooster trading card, just like the one that's in the backer preview in the book. So it'll kind of, I'm going to hope to match your bubblegum card that's in the storyline in the backer preview. So it'll be a little insider thing. A sticker, and what else do you get? Some backers will receive a poster of the Miss Midnight poster, which you've seen. Again, it's going to be a pretty special package, and it will take time for them to roll out. So people are wondering if, who's going to get what books first. So Walmart customers are not going to get to read what you get to read later this spring. So you've already read your backer preview and hopefully been impressed with the quality of the story and the art and the whole presentation, including the design by our wonderful designer, Chris Kendrick, who I believe deserves an Eisner for the incredible displays that he designed and the incredible work he's done on all the Allegiance stuff so far. He's been awesome to work with. So again, that's just an update there, and I'll find a way to formalize this and make it digestible for everybody. The Walmart editions are bi-monthly, and bi-monthly, that means they publish our books come out the first Tuesday of every month. So, of every other month, excuse me. So the first Tuesday of every other month. That means that essentially, as your books are shipping this spring, you'll get to read the entire 3 issues. So well in advance of all the Walmart customers. That 68-page Golden Age special is the first 3 issues of what is going into Walmart. And so that means the second issue will arrive in July, the first Tuesday of July, and the 3rd issue for Walmart will arrive, and Walmart.com will arrive in July, August, September. So all of your stuff will be delivered through we're already ordering fulfillment items. I'm on track right now to finish in May, so long as I keep waking up at 6 a.m. and busting my butt before emails start rolling in for the business and editing duties and all these other responsibilities hit me. So I'm working early and then working late and squeezing an 8-hour job or sometimes 12-hour job in the middle of all this. So it is not easy at all, but we're all working very hard, working weekends. All three of us are working weekends. And we haven't let off the gas in quite some time. So, and we're not going to let off the gas anytime soon, because as of right now, we are the only publishers distributing new comics. We are the only publisher, again, let me repeat that we are the only publisher distributing new comic books during this sort of convulsive time we're all living through. So my heart goes out to all the people affected by what we're doing, or by what's going on, about what we're doing, about what's going on with this. I know a lot of people are really uncertain, but our displays are being assembled right now, and our books are already, we printed them early and got them to their respective warehouses. There's 5 warehouses that we had to ship these to, and they're all there awaiting for the displays to arrive, the Allegiance Arts displays. And what happens is the displays are being manufactured in Arkansas, which we're incredibly proud of, and love to support U.S. companies, especially Arkansas companies. And they're going out basically on Monday, Tuesday, early next week. All the displays are going out assembled. And we scheduled freight, and they arrive to the 5 different warehouses across the United States that already have the comic books. And then it takes some weeks for those, they're going to pack the comic books into the displays, and then they wrap them up, slide them into a shipping container. And then from there, they go out to the 38 Walmart distribution centers. And then from there, they go out to 3,384 stores. So it's a hell of a process, And so yay, capitalism. The logistics for this were incredibly complicated, and it consumed all of us a great deal for the last couple of months to get this all scheduled. This is a lot of coordinating between several different parties that all had to act, and we had to negotiate. There was a lot of negotiating going on, for which we were pretty successful. And I'm very proud of Elizabeth, Elizabeth saved the company probably like $20,000. No joke. So she's kicking butt. So now that that's done, I've got dedicate to drawing, which I'm doing early in the morning and late at night. The creators are still working. We're pencils down at Allegiance Arts. We are pencils up and pencils moving. So we're incredibly proud of that. And again, these books, Red Rooster and the other books, are on bi-monthly schedules. So the first books will hit in May, and we are on track still. We don't expect there to be any hiccups in the distribution pipeline for Walmart. And we will be the only publisher distributing new comics, at least out of the gate. And which is a responsibility we don't take lightly. So we are, even though we're all exhausted, again, three of us doing all of this. And 3 of us are also creators. So this is, we are pedal to the metal, 12 to 15 hours a day, nonstop, with no breaks, no weekends. Fortunately, we all working from home. So we are pedal to the metal nonstop. So the first books will be in May, then bi-monthly they're on out. We are planning to onboard at least 2 new titles. And the new releases will start arriving on the gap months. That's the plan. So that there'll be new titles every single month to get those into stores by fall. Again, I'm not going to tell you what those two titles are, but I'd like to do 4. We have to take things, as they come. So the plan is to do 2 titles and then maybe do 2 more. So these are in motion. they're not being drawn quite yet, but they are in some states of motion. And they're, again, genre spanning. So we'll have a couple more genres. And we're trying to target different age groups too, to experiment and see what works on the shelf. So I think things like Nora Saga could be very much a younger reader's book, and very much a hit with our nieces. So girls are really loving that book, and that was really the purpose of it. It's really a book for dads, moms and dads, but it's also for boys. I think boys will love it too, but our nieces and people's daughters that we've shown this to have really, really been attracted to Nora's Saga, and we're incredibly happy about that. Again, Bass, a lot of young boys have been attracted to the Bass Reeves story, which is awesome. We want to get kids interested in Westerns, especially the story of Bass Reeves, who has an incredible story. So we're excited that the kids are liking that book. And we believe kids will really love Red Rooster too. Futurists is maybe more of a teen plus project, even though kids can read the book. And issue 2 of the Futurists, I've said this before, it is twice as good as the first. It's incredible. I love the script for issue 2. It's the ideal customer I see for that book is really an adult woman. I think because this book has a lot of romance in it, even though it's a swashbuckler. So yeah, we're kind of embracing the romance angle on that, and I don't think it'll turn guys off, but I think women will love it if they're fans of secret fans of romance books. It's got a lot of appeal in that direction, including all the mysticism, magic, and adventure, and everything you want out of a big epic. Anyway, that's my pitch. I'm getting into pitch territory. So I need to draw. Got some people that are happy about Nora Saga. So Nora Saga was amazing. Thank you, Skits. And Skits is an all ages book. So there's a little promo. You got your promo in. Josh Brown says hard work is paying off. Happy for you, brother. Thank you, sir. Proud that the only comic shipping is a Southern company. Well, we're happy to be a great Arkansas company, and we want to be a great Arkansas company. So thank you guys for all the nice comments. Love Red Rooster so far. Thank you so much. I'm fine to wait. Rather see you become successful. They released a load of amazing comic books. We're never going to make some people happy. So we've endured quite a lot of. It's been a wild ride. So we've been as upfront as we can be. There's things we couldn't say at certain times because of all our negotiations and sensitive things that were going on behind the scenes that we couldn't tell backers, but we've been trying to inform backers as much as possible about what's going on. And obviously I work in public quite a bit when I can. So, I'm working on the book. We've endured a lot of nasty comments along the way. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. People express themselves quite openly and freely, and that is the modern world. And you just kind of develop a thick skin about it, and you work hard. Just keep your head down and keep working. So, well, we do appreciate the encouragement. Definitely outweighs the nastiness. But that just is what it is. It takes a special kind of, not all artists could be doing what we're doing, right? Because artists are sensitive types. And so I think a lot of, this is just some thoughts here, and I'll close with this. This is a warning to artists and also to commenters and supporters of books. So, especially when you're doing crowdfunding, and as for the industry, I think we all know the industry is not going to be the same on the other side of this sort of pandemic or convulsion or whatever we're going through. The industry is going to be very different. Artists are going to be scrambling for work. as publishers aren't going to have I think they're going to have a difficult time on the other side of this. And I think a lot of artists can turn to crowdfunding and find a lot of success. But as it is not a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow necessarily. It is hard work. You have to be able to speak and an audience to produce excellent work. You have to have a penchant for marketing, and you have to have a lot of endurance, and you have to have a very thick skin, because people are going to people are just going to, because you have to be public. You can't just hide in your hidey hole and make a comic book. You have to get the word out, and getting the word out means exposing yourself to all kinds of abuse. And so that's just a word of warning to artists to be ready for that and prepare yourselves for that, but also to people on the internet. Just give these people some space. These artists are sensitive types. If you want great work to be created, that's just you have to just understand that some artists the audience could do more damage than harm in many cases. So we can get great work out of very sensitive talents, but if we push them away, then they're going to go do something else and work in a different industry and not make great comic books. They'll go and work quietly for film or television or animation or something else. So and then we miss a chance to get exposed to some pretty amazing work. So just be kind to everybody. Be patient with artists as they try to deliver their best stuff. And I think the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. I think this is an opportunity for the American comic book industry to see for creators to break free, to take some risks. They'll be forced to take risks. So creators will break free and get to expose what's in their great imaginations to all of us, independent of publishers in the direct market and their current IPs. So I think what could happen after this is a wonderful expression of creativity and imagination from a lot of great talents within the comic book business. And that's what I hope to see. And that's what we're delivering with Allegiance Arts and Entertainment, and the Red Rooster and everything else. So anyway, that's my pitch. You guys be awesome to each other and for a while. Okay. When will I sell the extra Founders editions on Indiegogo? That's a great question. After Red Rooster is fulfilled. So we're going to fulfill Red Rooster first. Then I'm going to run probably what's called an Allegiance Arts overstock, meaning any extra books from Red Rooster, Golden Age, or the Founders Edition bundle, because we do have some extras here, and we'll sell those on a very short, humble Indiegogo campaign. So you have a chance to grab those, especially for people that don't live near a Walmart or anything like that, or if you missed Red Rooster. Yes, that'll be after Red Rooster fulfillment. And then after that, we will launch the plan. And I'll go ahead and let you guys know my plan. My plan is to do a Allegiance overstock, meaning Red Rooster Golden Age, if you missed it, and Allegiance bundle books, if you missed those. And there will be very limited supplies of those. And that'll be a short campaign. We won't promote it very hard. It's just literally an overstock campaign. Because we want to get rid of the stock here, and we know some people missed out. The next plan after that is to do Founders editions again of the new books that Allegiance is creating to release in the gap months, meaning our first 4 books are on bi-monthly schedules. Then we'll start staggering new titles to come out in the gap month, so that there are new Allegiance books on the stands and on Walmart.com every single month. So new releases every single month is our goal, and to have about 8 books going at once. So then after Red Rooster fulfillment and then the overstock campaign, we will launch another Founders edition meaning you'll get a signed and numbered edition of the first issue of the new titles. And I won't say what those are quite yet. They're still in very early stages, but we're very excited about them. We have some really exciting things planned. We've been intensely creative, like even though it's been tiring and exhausting and pedal to the metal, the team just feels like, me personally, I feel like I don't know, like we figured out the whole mechanism, like just how to I'm just really creative right now. It's hard to explain. I just feel like I've been forged in kind of fire. I know how to get the word out about books and how to sell books. We know the supply chain. We know how to fulfill campaigns. And we have the entire pipeline worked out, and now we can just deliver. Now we know how to make great content. And I don't know, I just feel like the whole thing is unlocked. The chamber of secrets, I suppose, is just completely unlocked and open to all of us, and ideas are just coming out. I had a great idea last week, and I pitched it to Patrick a few days ago, and he loved it, and we added a lot to it. And I think we just bumped up a whole new, fresh title to the front, which is pretty awesome. Just to have something that's super fresh and be able to jump right into it, and maybe even get it rolling within a month or two. And maybe you can get a writer and an artist attached. So that's possible now. We can move quickly, and the ideas are coming really fast. And we're having just better and better ideas for the future of the issues we currently have. So anyway, now I'm just War Campaign says, congratulations. Looking forward to my Red Rooster book, brother. Thank you, brother. I love calling people brother. Chang, my experience with artists is that they make terrible business people. Make sure you get good business advice. Well, I do. We're assembling I do have good business advice. So let me just walk you through. That's a wonderful comment, actually, for me to spin on for just a little bit. Because artists do make terrible business people, and I know many of them. I've always had an entrepreneurial streak, even when I was a little kid. Elizabeth and I both read tons of business books. I'm really interested in economics. I'm a weird case. So I'm really interested in like weird things, like for an artist, like economics and cryptocurrency and just markets. And I don't really read the news, but I do read the business news and various things like that, and have for some time. I am a bit of a weird case for an artist. But I also have friends, like one of my best friends is an extremely successful CEO of a big developer business. And he's been awesome and a great advisor for many years. Get a lot of this rolling for us. Our founding partner is an Arkansas businessman named David Martin, CEO of a large marketing firm for a number of years. And we have a board of advisors of great business minds and a lot of people that are well connected throughout Arkansas that believed in this pitch that we made, and then got on board and said, let us help you. And they've been with us now for well over a year, introducing us to various people. And we have a great lawyer, three great lawyers. We have, two great lawyers with, and then a copyright lawyer in the same firm. And they're all extremely helpful. Our lawyer has taken companies public, so he is no joke. And he's one of our advisors as well. So a lot of wonderfully talented business people in the state of Arkansas. Arkansas is a business state. It's a land of opportunity here. And I'm very, very blessed to be in this place of great abundance of talent and land and great minds and everything else. So, but artists do make terrible business people quite often. And I hope that a lot of people are watching, a lot of artists may be watching our journey and maybe learning a few things along the way. Definitely protect yourselves and find good advisors. That's what you said there was good advice. It is no joke, because there are sharks. There are sharks everywhere. So you have to find a good business counsel that you can trust, and do your own research, and just know that if you are not guarded, you will get taken advantage of. No joke at all. So we've definitely, we're pretty guarded, and we still, have to deal with things like that constantly. So it's definitely no joke, because in my experience, artists can create. The power to create is the power to do anything, in my opinion. There are individuals who can't create, but they can take advantage. So watch for those kinds of people. If somebody is not a creative person, and they come in saying they can solve your problems, they can fix this for you, that is a line of baloney. So look for sharp, creative minds that are also savvy business minds, because they will understand your part of your process, and look for people that are just willing to help, but not people that come in promising they can solve your problems. Because if somebody comes in and says, yeah, I can solve this and solve that, and you just don't worry, that is somebody that's going to take advantage of you. But if someone comes in that's very genuine and says, let me help you with this, let me help you. It's a fine line there, but there's a difference. Somebody that wants to work side by side with you to help you learn how to solve a problem, but somebody that says, just let me solve your problems, that is somebody that's not going to be a team player for you. And if you're the creative, you're the boss, you should be making the calls. Obviously, you need good counsel. But I think that's a great comment and a great segue, and I appreciate you opening that up. Artists that they make terrible are the ones working for the mainstream. There we go. Artists that they make terrible business decisions are the ones working for mainstream, like Marvel, DC, calling fans Nazis and homophobes. Yeah, that's not good. So as someone who's been on if you're not aware of the full scope of our journey, Elizabeth and myself, we've been on the side of being called all kinds of terrible names by weirdos. Again, bad business decisions. On the other side of this is more a bit of advice for creators. Don't call people names. Don't talk about your politics on the internet. That's not win you customers. I think Ethan covers this pretty rigorously and vociferously. So I don't really need to beat a dead horse. If you're a creator who is still calling customers Nazis and bigots and treating people like garbage on the internet, or just always talking about politics, that's over. So on the other side of this thing, those creators aren't going to make it. That's just that luxury is gone. So hopefully you took our examples many months ago, if not over a year ago, and got your acts together. Those that can't do that are going to struggle to find customers, and you're just essentially limiting yourself. We all have political beliefs, but you don't have to share them. I don't understand it. So anyway, that's a pretty good comment. Bradley, That's a nice comment. Everything from the design of the books, quality, art, story, to the way you guys conduct yourselves has been hugely inspiring, and thanks for that. Thank you very much for your comment, Bradley. I'm glad it shows through. We are working extremely hard, and hopefully that shows through too. We want to inspire people that not just through great books, but also through our journey, that hard work does pay off. That hard work does pay off. Clayton Monk asks, who won the Red Rooster and Cyberfrog sketches from your Red Rooster campaign? That's quite a long time ago. I don't know. We shipped them, but I don't know the name. That's many, many months ago. Good morning, Mitch. My order hasn't delivered yet. Last up from March 15th, distribution center in Miami. Any reports from Europe? Did Europeans get their books? Igor, thank you for the comment. So if you're talking about, let's see, if you were talking about the bundle books, the international orders went out last. We did start receiving reports last week. All the books have been shipped. So your book has been shipped. Unfortunately, international orders are the last books to go out. And that's the case with most Indiegogo campaigns so far. So that's just the unfortunate reality of doing the crowdfunding. But all the books are out. Everything has been shipped for the bundled books. I mean, everything. Everything is out the door. So we had reports last week of some backers in Canada receiving their projects. So backers in Canada have begun receiving theirs. I'm assuming that European orders might take more time, especially with the current interruptions in shipping due to the pandemic. So just hang in there. Your book should be on its way. It is definitely on its way. It says last update March 15th, distribution center Miami. Oh, I see your comment. So it was stuck in Miami. It is on its way. It is on its way. Everything's out the door. So Corona Chan, messing with deliveries. Yeah, I assume that's the case. Anyway, thank you all for your wonderful comments. I appreciate it. I am going to work now. Enjoy the music. Oops. Again, just to reiterate an earlier comment, for some reason, we get a lot of abuse across the internet, and have for years for some reason. But particularly, people watch what we go through. Other creators, powerful, talented creators within the comic book business, and they see how much abuse we get. Just nasty stuff, rumors, crazy rumors. Like, I don't know why people gossip about us, but they sure do. Those are signals to other high-level creators, like extremely talented people, that says, don't come here and do what Mitch did. Stay away, stay in your box, stay working for those publishers. Don't take a risk, because we're going to try to humiliate you and destroy you in order to get a few clicks on a YouTube channel and look like a tough guy. So that's what you're doing. You're sending the signal into the industry that says, stay away. Don't take a risk. Don't do your own project. Don't come do crowdfunding. Don't get on YouTube. Don't expose yourself to the public, because you're going to get what Mitch got and others, right? So just let's just cut the horse crap. Anyway, here's the music. I'll highlight comments. I think that I can encourage commenters. I'm way too zoomed in here. I'm trying out a new brush that I really like. Really like it. It's more of a pencil kind of brush. So it's less harsh black. So you can see this was done with like a hard black. To me it looks a little stiff. And then I do this panel with this pencil tool. I don't know, it just looks more buttery, which I like. You know what I need to draw his hand first. So in this shot, Strong Voice got a hold of Red Rooster's cape, and Red Rooster has a hold of his leotard. That's a funny word. Hello, Susan. I love this panel. I like how emotive the characters are. So this is a scene that we changed from the original script. So the Red Rooster story is not just something that is a static thing. So it's as the new ideas come along, and we've edited it and made it better along the way. Added more pages to it.
If you talk all the time, you'll never hear what anybody else has to say. And therefore, all you'll have to talk about is your own conversation.
That's Alan, I think.
The same is true for people who think all the time. That means, when I use the word think, talking to yourself, subvocal conversation, the constant chit-chat of symbols and images and talk and words inside your skull. Now, if you do that all the time, you'll find that you've nothing to think about except thinking. And just as you have to stop talking to hear what others have to say, you have to stop thinking to find out what life is about. And the moment you stop thinking, you become into immediate contact with the unspeakable world. The force of liberation will blow the world to pieces.
Gosh. Kelsey gave me a great trick. Ears are backwards S's, but I can never remember which way is backwards. I think it looked better before. Just leave it. Red Rooster's hand is big enough. You don't want a hero with small hands.
He's a little vein in his arm there.
All right, I've just about got the characters done here. All right, so that's some kind of background. I won't cheap out on you. I'm drawing backgrounds. Don't worry. All right, I don't know if you can see this. All right, I got cut out. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Okay. All right, keep hitting the wrong buttons. All right. My mistake. Okay. All right, you can see here, I've got a very faint perspective grid back there. There's my vanishing point, horizon line. All right, I won't do that again. All right. I'll keep it pretty simple since this is a close-up, but I gotta give it something. You can see they're inside the barn. So I'm just giving it a little wood platform backdrop. Horizon line is put this on a new layer so I don't mess anything up. Let's see. I'll show you what I'm using here. The classic, what do you call these? Rolling parallels or whatever. It's got a degree thing here, so I can look and see the degrees that I created that angle, and I will match it on the other side with a tool. Part of comic books is an engineering project. That is almost a 45-degree angle, but not quite. about a 40-degree angle. Just creating some kind of support beams for a floor. Now it's too close together. I'll address I got a new comment here. I'll address that in a second. That's a great question. Let me get this sketched out real quick.
Okay, Kevin Freer, I backed Red Rooster but didn't go in on the sketchbook tier. Is it possible to order that from you at some point? Here's the deal. So Red Rooster campaign is closed, has been for some time, as I'm sure you're aware. So the answer is maybe, probably. So after we fulfill Red Rooster, which is in process now, we're actually designing the sketchbook. We've got our designer, Chris Kendrick, who did all the amazing design work on the bundle books and our Walmart books. He's basically our go-to, our pocket designer. So he's working on that project now. That is his project. Now that he's done with all the books. So that book is being designed, the sketchbook, and it's going to be basically a 16-page kind of staple-bound comic book full of the watercolor and digital sketches that I've created to develop the Red Rooster character and universe. So a lot of behind-the-scenes content with some commentary, and I think it'll be really cool. It'll be just like, it's a little companion book to go along with your Red Rooster Golden Age reading experience. So the plan is, after fulfillment, we're going to be running what's called an overstock campaign. So it'll be the bundle books and Red Rooster books, and that are overages. So it'll be very limited quantities, but it'll give customers a chance to pick up some items that they might have missed if they found us after the campaigns. They missed the campaigns, or didn't have the scratch to purchase during a campaign, that kind of thing. So we are going to run an overstock campaign, and I'm assuming that we'll have some overages on the sketchbook. So we'll probably have some overages there, and we'll be able to sell that then. All right, so I hope that answers your question. We'll make it like an add-on or something like that. If you missed it, you can pick it up. So be on the lookout for that. That will happen after we fulfill the Red Rooster campaign, which we're all busting our butts to do that now. And we have all our quotes in and everything. So I like the prices at Arkansas Graphics, and they're going to do a great job. All that's in motion. All right, thank you. Great question. Hello, Ragamond Von Wallet. I've been making videos, but I've been deleting them. But I've been working. Been busting our butts. This says it's copyright-free music. We'll find out.
Also, something you guys I hope will appreciate. So if you got the bundle editions, you'll would have hopefully been impressed with the quality of the printing and the paper. So for the Walmart editions as well, we have gone with a 70-pound paper. That is usually reserved for graphic novels, but we wanted to step up the quality, and we paid the price for it. But we also wanted the books to stand strong on the shelves, and we also recognized that lots of younger audiences will be picking these books up, and so the books might endure a little bit more abuse than a regular comic book. And we want them to hold up to that. So we went with a 70-pound paper. Most comic books are printed on a 60-pound paper, with many DC and Marvel books often printed on a 50 to 55-pound stock. That's that very tissue-like paper that you see sometimes. These are 70-pound stock paper, 32 pages with self-cover, so they're incredibly impressive quality. They're graphic novel quality paper for our Walmart edition comic books. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and it shows. So we definitely wanted to step up the quality all the way around. think these panels have I think Kelsey Shannon has rubbed off on me a little bit, in a good way. I see more Kelsey in my artwork now. I think Kelsey's maybe the definitive artist of the current comics. Kelsey Shannon may be the best that comic books has to offer right now. And of course, he's drawing Nora's Saga, doing an amazing job. And everybody loves Kelsey, except for a handful of people that also give me hell. Funny enough. Thank you, Elite Andy. It's very nice. Where did Kelsey go? It took a while to get Jungle Comics, as in number 3 came and went in the store before I got his number 1. He too is a great artist. Kelsey has his head down working, I'm assuming. I think Kelsey loaded himself up on too many projects and had to work his way out of it. Honestly, the same goes for me. I disappeared for a while because I took on too much, but we had no choice because we have contracts to fill and campaigns to fulfill and books to draw and books to edit and books to create and deals to negotiate, pitches to make, and so on and so forth. But you eat an elephant one bite at a time. And so that's probably what Kelsey's doing. He's eating his elephant one bite at a time. That's where he's at. That's right. That answers that. So I mean, artists doing the YouTube stuff is fun, and it definitely helps promote and get your name out there and sell the books. But at a certain point, you gotta crawl in the art cave and get your work done. This is not an easy thing to do. It is certainly not magic. It's a lot of hard work. And sometimes you just gotta dig in. All right, I'm gonna do the grayscale here. And this panel will be done, and then I'll move on to the next panel. Honestly, I don't think it needs very much. Doesn't need much. In fact, start with the background. Start with the darkest tone, because if you start with a lighter tone, then you'll quickly suck up all your light. At least that's the way I have to think about it. Thank you. Comic stores still open in the USA. I think that's a mixed bag. So depends on where your comic book store is at. I think most of them are closed. Some of them are doing curbside pickup, and some of them are doing deliveries and mail orders. So I think just contact your comic book store if you're in the USA and ask them what they're up to, or visit their Facebook page. Everybody's handling a little bit differently. Obviously, New York's are all closed and various big cities and stuff. But the United States is a massive country, and some places aren't really affected. Obviously, be careful. And everybody knows to wash their hands now. So. Hope Israel isn't getting too affected. I don't watch the news really. I am not a news. I used to. I don't really watch the news. I watch it. I observe the news. I don't watch the news. Maybe that's the right way to put it. Comics and vegetables are empty in Tel Aviv. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Everything's closed. Probably a good idea for a little while. We went to the grocery store yesterday and it was pretty well stocked here. Although they were out of hand soap. But Arkansas is obviously has a lot of, it's dairy distribution friendly, and we have a lot of farms and stuff like that. When you have CNN, I can understand why you'd not watch the news. I don't know that I've ever watched CNN unless I was in an airport. Fortunately, we have a lot of other places to get news. I don't think anybody really watches CNN. I just think they have the airport contracts, but nobody watches it here. And everybody knows it's not like a real news network. I think most people here are starting to know that most of the news networks aren't quite real. It's all a production. And there are a lot of other ways to get. The way I get news is I definitely don't trust. I have a high bar for trust. And I think there are individuals within certain companies or networks that are trustworthy, but you really have to do your due diligence here in America to find out who to trust and who not to trust. And that's often very difficult. So, and that is creates a very fractured set of narratives in this country that play out on social media, which is kind of interesting to watch. I kind of like watching that. I don't know. This is stuff I shouldn't be talking about, to be honest. Weird time. Well, that's very kind of you to say. Elite says, I lost interest in working Illustrator 2, but you just inspired me, so I am finishing a cover while watching you. Great creative Saturday. And you just reminded me it was Saturday. Oh my gosh. Okay. All the days run together here. So much work. All right, I think this panel is done. We can look at it with the rest of the page. That panel 3 is just too overdone, in my opinion. Oh well, just keep moving on. I feel like I lost some of the body line. I love the panel 2. Panel 2 is my favorite. I did that late last night and it all came together really nice. I feel like I lost some of the body language in panel 4. Elizabeth will fix it in the color. Just have to keep moving. All right, so next step is I'm going to tackle panel 1, which is a bit of a bird's eye shot, or a crane shot, or whatever you call it. First thing I do is just kind of lighten this up a little bit. I'm gonna bring out some of my perspective grid here. All right, there's my X, Y, and Z axis. I drew a perspective grid. It's very faint. You can't see it. Or you can barely see it. But just having a few lines there helps keep me grounded. Yes, once the business side of things are settled, and they are starting to settle. So the benefits of all of this is when now we've built our supply chain, we have a book design and layout. It's all our templates are good, and it's everything from here on out is more plug and play. So we've got book layout, check, done. We've got our supply chain and relationships built, check, done. Prices negotiated, check, done. Marketing rolling, done. So at this point, it's not like we're on autopilot, but we've crossed all of our significant hurdles, or a lot of significant hurdles. I'm going to be hopefully making some pitches to potential advertisers soon, and that's my next big boss task, I suppose. Not time, but hopefully not too much. We've already got, we've got a good case to make and a good presentation, and we've all been pitching. We've become experts at pitching. So this is, I don't know. Everything is midstream right now, and I should be able to focus a lot more on creative things and drawing. So that's all good, and I will be able to do this more. Ragman says, imagine a few years ago someone would have told you would be in your own company and being sold in Wally's. You would never have believed it. Might have believed it a little. I have I have an ego, but I do bury it. But I do believe in myself quite a bit and have a big vision. So I would have believed it a little bit, but I'm glad you are impressed. I appreciate that. We're very proud, and very pleased that all the hard work is coming to fruition. You should enjoy the moment later in life. All this will look like a seminal moment. Yeah, sure. It does. Yes, that's a wonderful sentiment. Thank you very much. Right now, it's just step on the gas and don't let go, don't let up. With the hope that we'll get to enjoy the fruits of our labor later on, and that's sometimes a difficult thing to do. Well, that's awesome. We need a lot. We're gonna need a lot of entrepreneurs. That's for sure. Good luck with your business. This This isn't my first merry-go-round either. So it just takes start small, get experience, then go bigger, and then more experience, and build great relationships. That's my biggest advice. Everything's about relationships. I had that bit of advice given to me by a very successful business person who got that advice from other very successful business people, and I took that advice, and it pays dividends. So just build great relationships and know how to. They are currency. It's a form of currency. So just look at it that way. And good luck. Thank you, Thomas. That's very nice. I love fresh honey. I keep a lot. I keep extra of it in case there's an apocalypse. No joke. I have 2 extra giant jars of bee propolis honey, and I keep it in storage. It's part of my bug out bag. You can live on honey for quite a while. You know what you ought to do Now this is all right. All right. So here's what you could do. If you're starting a honey business, why don't you get with Ethan and license Cyberfrog for your brand? Maybe he'd give you a nice deal and actually call it blood honey. And then you'd have a unique product with a mascot, which people love. That's what I would try. That's great branding, and you have start an audience. Just saying, there's an idea for you. Probably by the right. This doesn't seem right. That is definitely not right. Somewhere my perspective is messed up. It's very nice of you to say. And we do think of it as the flagship. And it is, I think, very special. I'm on, this is a page in the second issue, which we are rapidly getting finished. People ask me for page numbers and page counts. It's kind of it's a weird thing because some of it's getting revised, and there's a lot of layouts and pencils done ahead of time. So everything's in a state of progress, and it's a little difficult to give like an exact percentage or where I'm at exactly on the book, because some things are done, some things are getting changed. The layouts are done through the book, even though we're changing a couple scenes. So, and pencils are in various states of production. This is a revised scene. Again, we're going to make it perfect, or it's not perfect, but as good as we can. I am setting up I have a cape, a little cape with wires in it. I'm going to get an idea for how this cape flows. If you haven't figured it out, this is like a dummy. I have my sketch pen right. It's very nice of Ethan. Appreciate that. I think Ethan and I might be in a little bit of a friendly competition in a way that benefits fans and customers. I think Cyberfrog is a great book, and from what I understand about the sequel to Cyberfrog, I think it's going to be an excellent work. I anticipate what's the sequel called? The Blood Honey. Wrecked Planet. I think it's going to be a very good book, like a very well-written, well-structured comic book. And I also think that about all the Mars, of course. And I think, this is my personal opinion, but I think some of what's going on right now is going to create excellent works that stand the test of time, and it's a bit of competition, but it's all friendly. And I think what's going on right now could be similar to what went on in the 80s when the industry was at a brink. I was told a story by Howard Chaykin that he was back in the bullpen days with Frank Miller and himself and many others. Basically, they thought it was all over. Comic books were going to die. So there was nothing left to lose. Mazzucchelli was part of that. He was a great artist. So nothing left to lose, so why not just shoot for the moon? And I think that's the position we're at today, and that's what happens. We're just, I think, just lucky to be here in a lot of ways. And I was talking to Sean Gordon Murphy not too long ago, and we were bonding over the fact that we're the same age, basically, and we both into comic books around the same time, and I remember him from the early days, and we were sharing we shared a thought, and we both agreed. I don't even know who came up with it, but we both were thinking it at the same time. I suppose that we came in at a time where it was really hard to get into comics. It was a decline, and it was a slight recovery, but it's been a slow burn ever since, and it forged a special kind of individual that we wouldn't be if it was easy streets. That's for sure. So I think I know a little bit about Sean's plans, a little bit, and I gotta say they are awesome. They are really cool. So Sean's gonna do some really cool things with his career. I think he's only just begun. Ethan's only just begun. I think Wrecked Planet is going to be an incredible work of comic book excellence. And I think Red Rooster will as well. And the Futurist and everything else that we're doing, of course. And I've got a new idea that is really super hot. And I'm going to do that. It's going to be big. The new idea is very big. It's a very big idea. Very simple, but very big. We've got another book in the works that we're getting a treatment. Treatment is being written right now. We expect it any day. And we have an artist attached, and it's truly exciting. I can't tell you anything about it other than that. But I think this is a wonderful time for comics. I'm not being smug. I'm not being smug. but I think I don't know. I'm not trying to brag, but I just think we got to comic books. And I texted somebody yesterday that I'm just I feel very fortunate to be on the right side of the fence and to be a little bit by hook or crook prepared for a change in the comic book industry, because that is happening as we speak, and I feel very lucky.
If you talk all the time, you'll never hear what anybody else has to say. And therefore, all you'll have to talk about is your own conversation. The same is true for people who think all the time. That means, when I use the word think, talking to yourself, subvocal conversation, the constant chit-chat of symbols and images, talk and words inside your skull. Now, if you do that all the time, you'll find that you've nothing to think about except thinking. Just as you have to stop talking to hear what others say, you have to stop thinking to find out what life is about. And the moment you stop thinking, you become into immediate contact with the unspeakable world. The force of liberation will blow the world to pieces.
Now, think about what we see. Value your heart as natural.
Okay, everybody, that panel is done. I've got one more panel to go, but I'm going to eat some breakfast. So thank you for joining me for what was a 3-hour stream. We started pretty early in the morning, and we got a lot done. I'm trying to squeeze every can out of the day to work on this, manage it around all the other business we have going on, which is obviously big and very exciting. Again, that's Allegiance Arts comic books, Red Rooster, North Saga, Bass Reeves, Futurist, Walmart, and Walmart.com on May 5th. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't, go sign up for our mailing list / newsletter on allegiancearts.com and follow us on social media. And I'll be back at this another time. Y'all have a great Saturday. Thank you. Bye-bye.